Morning, Gav. Morning, gentlemen. Yeah. Stop's not started yet.
150, 150, tactical off-road racing.
Morning, Nobby. Morning. How is it? You happy? Started. Start jumps and stuff. I can't. I just put on instead. Good morning. This is the Welsh 150. It's Sunday morning here. Second day of full laps at the 150. We're just about to see the first two cars start. These are the highest placed cars overnight after the first day's running. So this is Ward and Wilson and Dean and Howard. Both have completed 8 laps on Saturday, and they're about 40 seconds apart once all penalties have been applied. So these guys are 40 seconds apart after over 6 hours of racing, which is pretty bloody impressive. And there are 2 of only 3 starters today who've done 8 laps on the first day. So the sun's out, wind's cold, but we're happy it's not raining. Welcome to the Welsh 150. Nice car 35, Warren Wilson here. 6 hours, 16 minutes, 17 seconds so far. 8 laps completed. Car 38. Dean and Howard. Nice shout out. Tuckers there. 8 laps completed. 6 hours, 16 minutes, and 58 seconds. 40 seconds between these cars. 1 minute until they're off, Bobby says. Car's looking a little bit. Thanks for the shout out, Mark, Andy. Good to see some people at the same time as us on a Sunday morning. How was it, Nobby? Okay, it's 20 seconds. 20 seconds till the first 2 cars off the line. It's a little bit wetter, a little bit more churned up than yesterday. 10 seconds. So that's live course. Welsh 150 Sunday morning is go. These guys have to complete another 7 laps today, those first 2 cars. Next up on the line here, Jim Marsden. We believe he put down 7 laps against the 150, 2 laps against the 200. So he's got a mountain to climb. Literally, 8 laps today on the shorter day against the 150. So that's 56, Marsden and Wilson. Bennett and Davies also on 7 laps here in the diesel car. 5 hours 13 and 6 hours and 2 of running respectively, but remember that they've got to do the full 150, which means these guys have 8 laps to do. So only 7 hours of running today. We finished at 3:30 on the Sunday, a little bit of an earlier finish. So for those guys to do 8 laps today, it's going to be a very big tall order. And as we see, Jenkins and Richards here. Ryan Jenkins, car 50, also on 7 laps. 8 hours and 12 minutes of running. Remember, these times have got penalties included, so if some of these guys missed punches yesterday, their penalty time will be included in the times I'm giving you. This isn't just running time on the road. And alongside Ryan Jenkins is, I believe, let's have a look. Yeah, it is Will Webster, car 23. Webster and Penfold, 7 laps again, 8 hours and 17 minutes. bit of nudge there. Right on Will. Will missed the shift, it looked like, or gave him the run. One car 25, Scanlon and Houlihan. 7 laps, 9 hours, 2 minutes. Car number 2, Kirkby Signs. That's Furlong and Houlihan. 7 laps, last car on 7 laps. Yeah, interestingly enough, well, we've missed out, car 13. We haven't seen Clark and Adams up on the line. But yeah, these 2 cars here, 9 hours, 2 minutes for Scanlon and 16 hours, 41 minutes for Furlong. Don't know whether that's down to penalties, I guess. Must have been some missed punches. But the last cars on 7 laps. As we go down the start order, we'll see attrition rate has been here today. I think 20% of the field didn't make it past qualifying. You know, those are the last cars on 7 laps, 8 laps to do today. You know, so pretty much everybody else we see is not going to be able to make the 150 and not being able to post a full finish. Right, Whitner and Needham in the G-Wagon, closest to us. Coffin and Splodwing taking their silencers off. On the far side, we've got car 14, Dickey and Halliday, both on 6 laps. That means we can't see car 29 on the start line. Shepherd and Day seems to be missing. Both of these guys on the line here, 5 hour and 44 minute for their 6 laps. That in theory would mean that they've got to do the unsilenced Mercedes V8 takes off the line. There we go. Yeah, in theory, those guys would have to do 9 laps today to be able to complete the 150. So very, very, very unlikely for those guys. Beecroft tyres, 48 coming up to the line. Also on 6 laps. We've got car 30 coming up. Can't see them on my listing. Oh no, Bennett and Davies up there. They were actually 5th, 7 laps, 6 hours. So coming up a little out of order compared to the list I have here, sorry. Beecroft nearest here, 6 hours and 25 minutes and 6 laps. And Bennett and Davies, 7 laps, 6 hours, 2 minutes. So that's 8 and 9 laps. There we go. Big LS engine showing side by side who's boss off the line there. As we come in, this is car 8, looking shiny clean. Rolly's obviously been out washing his car overnight. Nice to have those facilities. And car 13 on the far side. That's Clark and Adams. I said they were out of order. So Clark and Adams did 7 laps, 10 hours, 1 minute. And Rowland's here on the near side, 5 laps, 3 hours, 57 minutes. So Rowley obviously had some issues with the car yesterday, so only do 5 laps. But car 13, definitely in with a chance with making the 150. Diesel Land Rover versus Can-Am there. Diesel Land Rover certainly holding its own until the missed gear shift there. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, they were looking brilliant. What car 36? Taylor and Clark. Lines up alongside car 29, Shepherd and Day. Yeah, thanks 36 for cleaning their number there. That means I can identify them through the mud. These guys got 5 laps. 5 hours and 45 minutes. And up against them, car 29, and other people who've been in for the car wash overnight. Shepherd and Day, 6 laps. 5 hours, 10 minutes. We'll just creep behind these cars here, get close to Paul, make sure I keep our audio feed going. Beautiful timing. Beautiful time in there on my course crossing. Face full of mud.
Okay. A lot less mud up here.
Yeah, I've decided to come up and join you so I didn't get too far away from you and lose my audio feed again.
So we've got car 45. The mudslingers have joined us here on the start line. They're doing particularly well. They were cruising it yesterday, looking really good. We had lots of love and shout outs for them.
Yeah, so they've got 5 laps in the bag, 9 hours and 22 minutes at current time. So unlikely to make the 150, as I said, but doing pretty well compared to most of the field. What's the far car there? 46, is it? Yeah, Porter and Porter there, 5 laps as well. 12 hours 29, so that shows some of the gaps in the times now as we go down the field. I saw that 46 car out on the track yesterday changing a wheel, strapped up to a tree. So we've got 33 here on the right.
They were doing particularly well yesterday. They just kept at it. I think they plugged in some decent laps yesterday.
Yeah, Townsend and Saunders. I mean, that's 4 laps for those guys, 5 hours. 34 on the left.
A few breakages. They even broke down near us, I think, yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, they stopped for a little bit. Fanbelt, was it? I can't remember. Was it those guys? No. 34, I'm struggling to find. Where are they? Yeah, getting a bit of love for the mudslingers there on our comments. Thank you, Craig. 34, young and brown. So that's 34, young and brown. We're down in 40th place at the moment. Only 1 lap completed yesterday, so unsure what's going on with our start order. It's 41, Matthews and Daniels, 2 laps down, 2 hours 26 minutes. And 06, Ellis and Blackford, 3 laps down, 9 hours 39 minutes. So none of these cars are able to make the 150 today.
No, that would be a tall order. But they put in a good effort. I mean, it was incredibly slippery yesterday.
Well, no, it's impressive to still see them racing away off the line. The competition is still in their blood. They're still going for it.
Despite the mud, despite the rain.
Maybe the mud's in their blood.
And I do believe we just had a shout out for car 45. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they were off the line a few minutes ago. Launch for car 41 there. Next up, we've got 39 coming into the line. That's Keeling and Keeling, the brothers. 1 lap completed yesterday in 3 hours and 31 minutes. I mean, that shows how tough it was out there, doesn't it, Paul? I mean, 3.5 hours to get 1 lap in is pretty brutal.
Yeah, we can't bring you the whole struggle, but I think yesterday, by the afternoon, when that rain came down, where we were down to like 1 camera, the struggle was definitely on.
I mean, yeah, the cameras never really do how slippery, how steep, how hard it is justice, do they? Until you're actually out here in a car or on foot. You can't understand.
So it looks like this car's starting, so car 39 is starting on its own.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. 1 lap in yesterday, but they're hitting it hard this morning. And I think this looks like 24 lined up through the mud, isn't it? Yeah, South and Thomas, 2 laps yesterday, 3 hours and 9 minutes. We've got 27 alongside them. So that's gone and gone. They didn't actually put down a whole lap yesterday, so back out again today. Obviously fixed whatever went wrong.
So we're just hearing from our mobile cameras out and about that they're having some cars arriving round with them now. I'm not 100% sure where they are, but I'm imagining they're probably over halfway. So
yeah, they're probably down in punch area 2 somewhere, I think. Yeah, so we've got cars down there about halfway through the lap, as Paul said. Oh. So it looks like 24 backing out the line there. That's South and Thomas.
I think they've probably jumped their start order.
Well, they were actually further up the order, so they're actually placed 32nd on my
Right, that
list.
makes sense then. So if you miss your start, you've got to go to the back.
Oh, okay, all right. So they've been bumped.
Yeah.
So that's Gom and Gom, car 24 nearest us. 27, sorry. They're actually placed 48th, having not completed a lap yesterday.
So it looks like they're just double checking down there with the marshals to see who's next. The clock right behind me hasn't started yet.
We've seen quite a few people start out audit. No, there are 15 seconds to go on the clock there, Paul. You're looking at the wrong angle.
I can see that now, yeah.
It's the sunshine. It's confusing you. See James in the air somewhere? That's car 27 away. Well done. Yeah, I mean, that's not even an easy drive out to the start line, is it?
No, although it is drying, it is nowhere near as slick as it was yesterday
It's interesting.
afternoon.
You can see how dry that ground is and where the ruts are cut out. I've just got told off being too close to the clock. That's why you can see it, Paul.
We could move probably a bit further up the track because I've moved our transmitter.
You got the reception. Right, this looks like. I think that looks like car 10 lining up there, who is Wood and Wood. So they were starting out of order. I've got them in 23rd place. 4 laps complete. 5 hours and 45 minutes. There that is. That's Wood and Wood. It's away in the Suzuki base machine, I think it is. And then off 24 goes. So, into the cars that missed their start slot. Yeah, we're getting some love on the comments for Layfield and Layfield, like that. Right, 51 lining up here, so scanning my start list. They're in 37th place, that's Cousins and Neal. 2 laps complete, 7 hours and 5 minutes, and then alongside them car 20, which is Evans and Evans, again 2 laps complete, 5 hours 37 minutes. These appear to be our last 2 starters. Already see a little bit of a hold up further around the track. I think that's the Wood and Wood car, clouds of smoke held up behind Gone Gone. Stuck literally within sight there. I can see the 27 car. Good morning.
So what do we reckon then, Rich? Where are we at in terms of timings? Because, I mean, Jim's got quite a few laps to put in today, isn't he?
Yeah, so, I mean, we've got the 3 cars, Warden Wilson, Dean Howard, Bum and Hill, all on 8 laps. So they've got 7 laps to put in today, which I think is quite achievable. Conditions are drying out here. We're not expecting so much rain. 7 laps in, what have we got? 7 hours of running, 8 hours of running, I think.
Yeah, but if you remember, in that centre area where we were camped out yesterday, it was seriously cut out. I mean, those ruts are now going to be completely deep. There's only going to be a couple of lines. If they run into traffic...
Well, that's the thing. I think that Jim was the only person I saw driving that by the end of the day yesterday. It only takes, we've got a little queue coming up just over here. If there's...
Right, we have a late starter here. So obviously they can start any time today, really. They'll just miss their slots. So as we saw, they have to just get bumped to the back.
That's Draper Smith and Cooling. 2 laps yesterday, 4 hours and 59 minutes. While they just line up to start. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, Paul, I mean, it's only those top 3. I mean, I can't see the 7 lap guys.
And how many people do you think are going to make the 200? What do we got there?
I think that's going to be a serious challenge. I mean, we haven't got the results on the 200 laps, have we? The extra laps the likes of Jim put in.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, it's no cakewalk really. Yesterday when that rain came down, and I know that Jim strategically probably decided that he was going to get stuck in traffic. but it did dry up quite nicely later. So potentially there were some good late laps yesterday because people put in some really good late laps once everybody had cleared off the course almost. Just because that rain was properly coming down, it did look like it set in for the rest of the day, really.
Yeah. So I think any more than probably 8 laps today, I think it's going to be optimistic for anyone to complete.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. We've still got quite a few competitors. We had obviously a few drop out yesterday, but as you can see from our start today, we've still got a full start. But again, they haven't started fun. Yeah, so the tape penalties, and I know there's been some contention on the tape penalties on some of the social media. But yeah, I mean, if it's blatant, that's in the rules. It is there. So I mean, if people do go through the tape and it's kind of a blatant, if they literally just slide into it and it's accidental, then that there is a bit of give and take. Yeah, so if one of these cars break down on a lap and they get recovered back, so they got a DNF, I mean, that doesn't matter. You won't that's not added to your time. But if you're like 90% of the lap and you DNF at the end, then that's a lot of lap wasted, really.
But as you say, Paul, I mean, this is all the rules, isn't it? Yeah, people enter the competition, they know the rules, they know the drill.
Well, that's why you see things like the co-pilot running back for parts and stuff like that, because if you're near the finish, you want to try and finish that lap, especially if you.
Sometimes it's better to put down an hour extra lap time and get the lap in the bag. Right, that's car 42 and car 5 lining up. So on the left we've got car 5, that's Wybron and Wybron, 4 laps yesterday, 9 hours and 52 minutes. And the 42 car is, looking down the list, Draper Smith and Cooling, 2 laps, 4 hours and 59 minutes. Remember, these times we're giving you are inclusive of those penalties. So if you've got some tape penalties, 30 minutes of tape penalty. I don't know what the penalties for missing punches are for. I haven't seen that.
I don't know. I'll have to double check the rules to be correct on that. But we do have cars. Checking this morning, we've got cars that are literally just trying to go for the distance. So they will be picking up penalties, but they're just literally trying to go for the distance, which is a feat in itself. So they just blasted past all the punches, just literally trying to just drive full. And that it's still just as difficult.
Well, and as you mentioned, where the terrain is so unforgiving today, or yesterday particularly, sometimes missing those punches can save you hours and hours and hours of time, rather than getting stuck in the bottom of where we were filming yesterday, we had a car upside down in the woods for a couple of hours. So missing that punch, continuing to smash in the laps and taking the penalties, probably quite a good tactical play.
So I do believe we've got the drone up at the moment, and I think we're showing you some cars up on the top of the hill.
Yeah, well, I can just see in the distance Wood and Wood smoking away in that little Suzuki-based buggy in the traffic jam.
Yeah, let me see if I can pan across quickly to where that is.
Yeah,
you might not be able to see it in the sun, but it's across from where we are.
This is literally like 300-400 metres from start. We've got a traffic jam already.
Well, there are some punches in there, but it is incredibly deep in that. We watched some cars yesterday. I was watching some cars yesterday trying to make it up that hill in the rain, and it was they just sat there spinning the wheels. As soon as these cars, the tyres clog up with this mud, they just got no bite left. They just won't drill down through, so you've just got to spin them up if you can. But once you're actually in there, you need some serious horsepower to spin some of these tyres.
So just a reminder, while you're watching us, if you're enjoying it, give us a like, comment, shout out your favourite team. We love to hear what you guys think of what we're putting out. I'd like to say we do this just for our own personal entertainment, but actually it's really for your entertainment. So give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. I think, thanks, John. I think Mudslingers are getting more shout-outs than everybody else put together.
Yeah, they've got quite a supporter base, haven't they?
They've definitely got some fans. And yeah, out on their start time this morning. Thanks, Lee. Yeah, Tom D was a little bit late, but yeah, getting out on course now. So seem to have a little bit of a hold up on the start here. Maybe these guys are being held back just where they're starting out of order. Thanks, Sean. I don't think we've seen Layfield and Layfield start this morning yet, have we, Paul? No laps completed yesterday. Had a lot of issues. Been working hard on the car, I think. So it'd be good to see them back out. Thanks, Sue. Shepherd and Day there. Sue shouting out 29 car. Started quite a lot earlier. 11th place at the moment. 6 laps down, so doing very good.
So what I think I'm hearing, so I just kind of can hear Nobby just in the distance down there that we can see on my feed. It sounds like they've probably just paused the start for the moment due to that logjam of cars that we can just see in that kind of quagmire that I think we had the drone above a minute ago. So just instead of just adding more cars to the back of the queue and kind of it then adds to their time, they've just paused the start for the moment, I think.
Well, that's it. I mean, keep their time down.
Oh look, working washers.
I was going to say, it's pretty high-tech stuff on the number 5 car there, working windscreen wipers.
They needed those yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah. At this point in the competition, not a lot of things that are working on these cars. Another mudslinger shout out there coming up on our comments. Those guys are definitely popular. If you're supporting any team other than the Mudslingers, please give them a shout out. Let's see some other teams shouted out. So, Paul, we were just talking about, chances of runners and riders. I mean, you've got to say now that any car with 7 laps or, under 7 laps is out of any contention for the 150, I would say.
I would say so as well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to have a stunning day. And it kind of does, it just shows how tough this is. I mean, if you don't have a good day, you can just, But a lot of these guys are all smiles. Yesterday, I was out on the course talking to drivers that are broken down, and they were just absolutely loving it. I think the course is challenging in areas, but I mean it's mainly due to weather. But it looks like we've got the start is back on. It looks like obviously
cleared, I think.
It's been cleared. I can't see any trucks now.
Yeah, I just see one crossing the hill there, and that's 42 and 5 off the line now. Next up into the feed there, Mitchell and Bolton, 58, 2 laps yesterday, 5 hours 41 minutes. Just heard that we've got a car coming into the finish. So this is our first finisher.
So who's that look like?
Crikey, I mean the cars are so muddy now.
No.
Is that Ryan? Land Rover looking machine. Yeah, shouting out Jim Bob there.
They were doing really well actually. They were high up on the start. I remember seeing them being high.
Starter, 8 laps. They're in good contention. I'm just trying to see who our first finisher there is. So we've got the first car in for the full lap. So that means they're lapping in Well, where
We'll get an
are we?
idea who
We're,
that was. We just finished in a minute.
3 minutes to 9,
because
so
that
they're
is
lapping
basically
in about half an hour.
Half an hour lap.
So I would say the course is getting a little dry there. Are they going to come in for a hot lap? Yeah, that's them coming in for a hot lap. That does look like, it's car 50 there. That's Ryan Jenkins and Richards. So that's them now with 8 laps completed, straight back in for a hot lap.
Now, Rich, I'm wondering whether these guys would have to double check and see. I don't know whether these guys are just blasting, because obviously that's not on what we can see, whether they're doing the punches.
Well, that's right.
I'm suspecting that maybe these guys are literally just going for distance.
Yeah, I can't imagine they've got 3 punches in and a lap in 30 minutes.
Not with how cut up all those punch areas are.
So that's car 50 starting the day. As we say, pretty sure those guys have been missing the punches and just going for. Thanks for the shout out, Sean. Glad you're enjoying it. We'll keep bringing you footage today. Hopefully get you a little bit better footage today if the rain holds off. As we've got car 21 here, Saunders and Murchie lined up on the line. 2 laps yesterday for the Jiminy-based car. 5 hours and 46 minutes. Got another car coming up from the pits as well, trying to. Another shout out for Beecroft there.
And we got some other finishes coming in. So here we got.
So that's Kirkby Signs car, number 2. Furlong and Mahallahan. I mean, they were 10th starters, so they've got to have put in for distance and missed the punches as well, I'd say. I've got some other cars coming up to start as well. 57 here lining up alongside 21. Johnson & Johnson. 4 laps yesterday, 9 hours and 48 minutes. So they put in a good, strong effort yesterday. We've got steady finishes coming now.
Looks like that might be Mark Dean's car that's just crossed the line.
I think that is. It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? 38, Mark Dean and Howard. They're one of the 8 laps yesterday, so that's them up to 9 laps. That's 90k.
So the 2 guys we've got here, they're late starters, the 2 guys we've got on the line here. So still obviously plugging away. They're still just trying to get in as many laps as they can.
5 laps and 2 laps yesterday, respectively, I think. I'm not sure what the hold up on the timing here is. So we've got a countdown going. Yeah, we do have a countdown going. They are off in 20 seconds.
Again, looking over my shoulder, Rich, I think they're literally just trying to slow it down a little bit going into that first section.
I was going to say, we've got some blockages. I see Rabbit Recovery cruising around as well. As we see the Kirkby Signs car, Furlong, Mahallahan, 8 laps completed now, lining up on the line. Got plenty of cars coming up through the finish now. I can see what we think is the Dean and Howard.
So here we got just finished there. Rich, can you see?
Oh, sorry. That's Will Webster just on the finish line. Yeah, so this is Dean and Howard lining up in the car 38. So that's them with 9 laps completed. We've got Will Webster coming in behind.
Surprising we haven't seen Jim yet, Mr. Marsden, Gigglepin.
Well, that's quite interesting, isn't it? You know, because he started ahead of most of these cars we've come in. He's got to be getting some punches out there rather than just putting in the distance, maybe.
Yeah, but he was managing some very, very, very quick laps yesterday, even with doing punches. So,
yeah, and of course, you know, the punch really resets itself today, doesn't it? You do them backwards, but you're back and able to pick any of the punches in any of the areas on your first lap. So you would expect that first lap to be pretty quick.
Yeah, and they were out scoping the course, checking the course out. They know where all those punches are. So yeah, these guys obviously can do the 200. They're in the they've been a 150 reached that 150 target already in previous events, so they're able to do the 200.
I would say that, Paul, but there's a difference between being able to enter and being able to complete.
So maybe that's what they're trying to do, just miss the punches, go for the distance and see if they can do it. I mean, I think the 200 will be a tall order today.
Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be an aspect of getting the accolade of hitting the distance, doesn't there? I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think this year's been a bit more challenging maybe than last year.
Definitely.
That weather yesterday just so changeable. One lap, it just changes instantly between them, really.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some bits get cut up and wet during the weekend last year, but it was nothing like this. You know, the course is just so slippy. I mean, even just the road up to the start here, I can see comp trucks struggling to get up to the start line. But yeah, I think we'll see some people punching for distance today. As we say, I mean, there's probably only those top 10 cars capable of making the 150 at the moment, never mind the 200.
Right, we got some people just coming over the start-finish hill. Well, it's actually the finish hill. We're standing at the start.
So I think that's Rollins, is that? I can see coming up.
It was definitely a side-by-side, wasn't it?
Yeah. It started way down in 15th place. Yeah, that is Rollins. I can see the hand controls. So, yeah, hand control converted car. Very impressive. As we see him struggling getting up to the start there. Interestingly, he's not stopped by the marshal's point to get his punches checked there, or is he now manoeuvring in?
I think he suddenly realised, I think he's got to go back to the pits, and he's realised that he needed to get his punch card taken off.
So the little green tent we see there, that's the marshals who check the punch card, make sure that you've done your 3 punches or apply the penalties if you haven't. Make sure that you're getting different punches each lap in each of the 3 punch zones. I think we had some questions yesterday just how that works. Each of the punches have a different combination of pins in them, so you can identify that the correct punch has been punched in the correct box in your card. That's Rollins going back off down to the pits, so no hot lap for him. We hear the unmistakable sound of Whittam and Needham in the Mercedes engine buggy.
I think that's our first finisher on their first lap who's actually gone back to the pits. I think everybody else has opted to go straight back out, haven't they?
Yeah, I think that's right. It's a fast lap here for Whittam and Needham. They're down in 13th place overnight with 6 laps. But obviously out to smash some distance today. I've just heard over the radio that we've got Jim coming into the last kilometre to the finish. Jim Marsden in the Gigglepin truck. Bad penny. Whittam and Needham there, handing in their punch card. A reminder that I think Dave Needham, co-driver in there, is probably the oldest competitor, still out running around faster than most of the younger guys.
Just cleaning their windscreen there.
Is that cleaning or just demudding?
Smearing maybe.
I mean, that's quite the cleaning process that's going on there. So the cool gull wing door on the driver's side.
Yeah, so that's definitely looks like Jim coming in, and you can see it just touching another punch card for. So they're obviously going straight back out.
That's Jim through the finish. So Marcel Wilson is there with 8 laps. For a late starter, it looks like coming up now. Car 18, that looks like Turvey and Turvey. They failed to actually. Oh no, hang on a minute. Oh no, that's last year's numbers. Very confusing with the dirt on the numbers. I'm sorry. And we've got another one of the top starters in for the finish there. But yeah, car 18 there, Turvey and Turvey. Didn't actually complete a lap yesterday, these guys, but they're back up on the start. Good to see them back out for Sunday running. Jim comes in behind them in the 56 car, straight out for a hot lap. This is the kind of thing that makes Jim's the blood boil. He has to follow a star car up off the start. All the starts are spaced out 1 minute, so even when we got starters coming in here, late starters and starters coming in for their second lap, still 1 minute gaps. Here that we've got constant finishes coming through. So you can see the finishes on the drone, I believe. That's the 17 car lined up on the line here, Whitton and Needham. And he completed 6 laps yesterday. It'd be interesting to see how much they can put down today. They always pick that a little bit more soft, but it's certainly a nice.
That was heading back.
No, I missed that. That was another big tube phone car, but I didn't see who it was. Going back to the pits there.
Oh, there we go. Looks like we've got Jim Bub there just handing in his card. We did have a shout out for them earlier.
So interesting on the lap times. I presume they've got some punches.
Yeah, I would suspect now, looking at the time now, so we started just about past, wasn't it? I would say these guys are probably getting some punches now.
I've just heard, 43 minutes we've been live for, so I would have thought those guys is about 40 minutes on that lap time then. Hanlon and Halahan just come into the finish, another one of the 7 lappers from yesterday, so that's 8 laps down now for them, so they stand a chance on the 150.
They're a very experienced team. I think they've won here. I think they won here the first year we were here.
Yeah, they've definitely completed 150 a couple of times. Yeah, right. They did win 2 years ago here. First year we're at the end of the side. No chance of getting a number off this car, but we do know it's Jim Bob.
Yeah, it's easier to identify that car. It's a bit of a shape that we can identify.
Yeah,
and it literally is just caked in mud.
And 35 behind them, so that's Ward and Wilson, who's actually the overnight leaders. So this is the Alpha Fab car. Appears to be only in rear-wheel drive currently. Ward and Wilson, overnight leaders. Again, I think they've certainly a 150 completed previously, but I don't think they've ever won here, have they? But certainly very experienced at this event.
Yeah. I mean, all these drivers here that you're looking at now, they've done a lap. They will have definitely done some punches. So these guys, it's all really still to play for, really. There was nobody yesterday who really ran away with it.
And behind them, that's the 25 car coming in for a second lap, I think.
And I think we're getting some finishes on the drone footage for you there.
Trying to identify who this car here is. 25. Oh, sorry, Scanlon Hulanen, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So how they looking today? They did how many laps yesterday?
They put down. Yeah, 7 laps yesterday, Paul. So those guys are definitely a team to watch. Capable of making the 150 today if they stay on top of it. And meanwhile, we've got the Polaris here lined up at Bennett and Davies. Again, 7 laps yesterday, coming in for a second lap start now. So that's 8 laps completed for them. Just seen the Land Rover of Clark and Adams finish as well, I think, on the drone footage. Taylor and Clark 36 through the finish on the drone there as well. So those guys all coming out back hot lapping. Got the Can-Am. Which one is that? Struggling to get a number off this Can-Am. Can't remember off the top of my head who that is. Oh, 20 Sunny. And Clark and Adams here, car 13, coming around for a second lap. I mean, these guys are absolutely pushing it, aren't they?
They now there. This is what their third lap, second. These guys, how many laps these guys done today?
This is their second lap today, definitely.
Second lap today.
They're placed 9th overnight, 7 laps, 10 hours and 1 minute. So certainly capable of doing the 150 if they keep on this pace today. Just see 36 heading back into the pits there after their first lap. That's Taylor and Clark. So they're going straight back into the pits. A little bit quiet on the finish line and the start line for a second. So we're bringing you some feeds from out and around the site. We've certainly got cars spread out all over the course now. I think we're following a car into the finish on the drone footage there. So there's no cap on the number of laps that you can do today. So as we were saying, there's every possibility that people will go for distance, miss out some punches, get that ultimate accolade of the 200, I think, is the aim for a few of these teams. But certainly the 150 is the 150 club is still pretty exclusive membership, and particularly in the conditions today. I would expect it's going to get even more exclusive for this year's event. Would you say?
Yeah. So we've got car 58. We've got a shout out for John Mitchelson. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, I mean the reason why there's the cap on the laps on the first day is so people just don't run away with it. So if the course was particularly easy, for example, then potentially somebody could do pretty much all their laps on the first day and then uh, just go out and have to do 2 laps. So it just means that it still keeps everything within reach, even if the faster teams just sort of throttle them back a bit, basically, and keeps the racing a bit closer and a bit more entertaining for everybody.
Well, part of it is what allows us to put out 2 feeds on the Sunday. If everybody was finished on Sunday morning, it wouldn't be particularly exciting come Sunday afternoon. But we've seen this event in previous years go right down to the last few minutes as somebody tries to put in a lap, half an hour from the time limit cut off. Just a reminder, if they start a lap at the end of the time, there is a time cut off, and when the course closes, that lap will not count. So it's a bit of a tactical play to start a late lap. In previous years, we've seen that come right down to the last seconds.
So we've got a late starter here.
So that's car 43. So Grant and Finlay didn't complete a lap yesterday. Very clean looking car, so presumably they've had some problems and fixed it overnight and are back out.
So it's car 46 lining up here.
So 46 is Porter and Porter. So they're coming around for their second lap of the day. So those big Land Dragon tyres are probably the right tyre of choice in these conditions, aren't they?
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah. Any big tyre is really the conditions you need out here, something of a lot of bite.
Big old gaps in the tread so they actually clear. I mean, we've seen people with even the Maxxis Trepidors gummed right up and struggling to clear them. So that's Dickie and Halliday finishing in the drone footage there, car 14. Drone hovers over us over the start line here. Oh, we haven't got any cars to follow. So you can see the camp on the drone footage there. See that field is quite muddy and wet as well. There's going to be a few people needing assistance getting out later, I suspect. Not least our own media team. Oh, we nearly lost the... see the pits in our drone feed at the moment.
Oh, good.
Very good. How are you, Nobby?
I'm fine.
Ed, you enjoying it this year? Good morning.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, loving the side-by-side start to it at a time. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It is next level, isn't it?
It's just
Side-by-side is just...
taking it to another level, yeah?
It's different.
I love the fact that even this morning there's people racing off the line properly.
Oh, yeah.
They're still all going
Yeah,
for it.
that's it.
Yeah, the adrenaline's still there. The red mist is still floating around, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to see. You want to see the competitive nature,
Yeah.
survive the rain, the mud, the overnight spannering.
Right, let's just rewind that. There's no rain. We don't mention that word now, do we?
There was some rain yesterday, though, wasn't there?
Yeah. No, let's
Where are we?
There's beautiful sunshine today.
Absolutely.
You played on for us.
That's
Thank you,
more
Nolly.
like it, yeah.
Yeah, we're in Herefordshire. We moved the venue overnight.
Yeah, so we moved out of Wales, and that's why the rain stopped.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's been really an amazing weekend. I just can't believe how much this terrain alters in a couple of hours. It can
Well,
go
we were
from
talking about this.
unable to move to great stuff. It's mad. it's hard to describe it really.
Well, I think we saw some teams sort of starting to give up yesterday because it was so wet and horrible, and the rain looked like it was in for the day.
Oh, well,
As the site started to dry,
Oh,
we saw
good,
some
yeah.
other guys going out and putting in some of the fastest laps of the
Yeah,
day.
you know, some good times today. I think 20, 23, 24 minute lap. Not bad considering the first lap of the day with everything still a bit damp overnight.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I reckon
we're going to get any 200 finishers?
I think we might get one or two, yeah.
We reckon there's maybe 10 teams in contention for the 150.
Yeah. Yeah. First time on the Welsh event, and it's going to the 150. That's the first ever Welsh event. I think he's raced other events before. He did one of ours.
I think 7 laps yesterday, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Done a diff. But, no,
6 laps yesterday.
6 laps, well.
It's all order to make the 150 today.
You know what? If it stays how it is, I reckon we're going to be seeing, I don't know what the times were yesterday, sub 20 minute laps.
Wow, okay, sub 20 minute laps. You can definitely make the 150 or 6 laps yesterday then.
That's without the punches, mate.
Yes. And I think the distance today, it's the punches.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them for the distance rather than punches.
They want that hat. They want that 150 hat.
Do you know, when I started that, I never thought those hats would be in such demand.
It's the most desired thing in the off-road world.
A simple beanie with a little logo I come up with, and the amount of people I want a hat. I'm coming for a hat.
It's quite an expensive hat, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh,
to get the hat, the blood, sweat, tears, and hard cash that goes into getting the hat.
Yeah, well, I bet it's a lot of sweat, but a lot of tears.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I think the cash to actually get it is only as much as you want to spend.
It's one of the things I love about this event. We've got home-built cars, home-engineered cars up against big-budget cars.
Yeah.
You know, the way the event works levels the field between the side-by-sides, the big trucks.
And they've also got to look out is if somebody is spending X amount of money on a car to somebody who is literally scraping together to get the fuel to come here. Are they having more fun than the person scraping together? Absolutely not. Everybody's enjoying it, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
There's still some laughing and drinking going around the campsite yesterday, despite the moisture.
No, not at all. Nothing like happens at a Welsh event, ever. No alcohol in the Welsh event.
I didn't say drinking alcohol.
Oh, right.
They're all on
keeping hydrated.
They're all fueled on caffeine. That's what's happening. As they're spattering on their trucks all night.
Yeah. So the camaraderie in the pits, everybody helping each other out. It's just brilliant.
Swapping parts, swapping tools, you see it all the time.
So I heard yesterday there's a certain competitor give his spare wheel to another competitor. That deserves. That's just fantastic.
That's like showing your wife, isn't it?
The team putting an engine in the car up until 2:30 on the Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, you know,
that's somebody changed their engine 3 times in the run up to the event.
That's one of our sponsors, new sponsor to the Welsh. Petzl, he does fire stuff, and poor guy, he changed 3 engines in 3 days.
Right, that's dedication to the cause.
I almost said you need to put some nuts on rather than nuts and bolts.
Back out some nuts, or maybe do need to do some bolts inside the engine.
But I don't think he's done the lap yet.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gone out and attempted 6 or 7 laps. I don't think they've actually finished the lap properly yet. He was on the finish on the pre-qualifying, and he couldn't get up the bank, and he's just
struggling a little.
Yeah, it's just like you just want him to finish,
willing him on.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see him put down a lap today.
I almost want to get a bottle of bubbly when he does his first lap.
Can you get a 10 hat?
What, 10 attempts?
No, just 10k.
Yeah, I'll get a sticker on the peg for
you've got a prize for the fastest lap. You need a prize for
I'm sure
one and only lap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm sure
the hardest one lap.
Yeah. I'm sure I got a post-it note somewhere in the control I can put on there. But no, it's good. It's amazing. Yeah, I just love it.
Brilliant. Well, on behalf of everyone here, thank you for sticking to it. Oh, I thought I got told off for mentioning that yesterday, but you heard it here. back for another year.
I told my wife.
He said a few more years. I think
No,
I
I
heard.
said
Few more years.
All up there, my wife knows now.
Oh, okay, we can be more open, can we? Will you be back next year, Ed?
Absolutely.
Brilliant. That's what we like. Headlines once again.
That's the first lap of the day, isn't it?
No, I think that's their second lap, isn't it? Second lap for 47, isn't it?
No, that's their first.
Oh, is it? Apologies.
Actually, first, yeah, they just come out the pits.
Yeah, right.
So we did see them yesterday. I think they retired yesterday on the lap back when all that rain came through.
Well, let's consult my all-knowing device. Yeah. Oh dear.
That's
okay.
Sam,
yeah.
isn't it? That was Sam Webster.
Sam Webster. Yeah.
Brian Jenkins.
One lap completed yesterday,
But they were having fun.
and that's what it's about, as Nobby says. As long as everyone's still smiling.
Brian Jenkins is coming close to finishing his second lap this long. I reckon that's him.
Nobby's well trained there, says that's Ryan on his way into the finish. Yeah, so that's car 50 we can hear over the hill. Let's see if we can get the drone out there. So that would be lap number 2 finished this morning for him.
And we're not even an hour in for him.
Yes, yeah, so that's maximum of 30 minutes a lap per lap.
He's not doing punches, right? You don't reckon?
I don't think he will be doing
I
punches.
can't.
He did do a few yesterday. He's not really a punch kind of guy. It's more speed. That's what his bag is, and that's great. You know, he's taken a couple of. But he has said, "Yeah, I'll do a couple of the easy punches." But today, I reckon he'll be going for either the very easy ones or no punches.
Because of course the punch is reset.
200.
No, he's never got 150.
Oh, okay.
He's not got one, so he's not in the 200.
He's going for his hat.
He's getting his hat. The prestigious, the world's most desired hat.
So we do have the drone up over the finish,
as we can hear the big V8 singing.
I'm right though, but I think I was Brian Jenkins.
So we've got a couple of cars coming in, I'm hearing. So we've got 2 cars behind that car that we are assuming is Ryan Jenkins. We can't see. There's a hill in the way, so we're literally just going on the audio.
So got car 58 confirmed coming in for the finish. So that's Mitchinson and Bolton. So 58 finished yesterday on 2 laps. I don't know whether this is their first or second lap this morning. And that is Ryan Jenkins over the finish in the car 50. So that's their 9 laps down now.
So that is 9:30. So we started at 8:33, I believe.
So less than half an hour per lap for the first 2 laps for Ryan Jenkins this morning.
And a stop in a change of punch card as well.
Yeah,
not bad.
So obviously got some punches heading into the pits there. I'm guessing it's probably time to put some fuel in that thirsty beast.
Yeah, probably doesn't do a. Is that miles to the gallon or miles?
Yeah,
to the
you
gallon,
don't want to be measuring miles to the gallon.
Mark Dean said a litre per kilometre or something yesterday.
Wow.
We just had Mark Dean was saying a litre per kilometre consumption in that LS powered buggy of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of gradient change here. There's a lot of that skinny pedal that you've got to use.
Yeah,
and they're heavy with the mud.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
You know, they were loaded up with mud yesterday.
We were talking about the tyres clearing. You've got to stay on the power to get the tyres clear.
And we got some cameras back out on site. So where we were yesterday is where it's really cut up. That's the centre of the site, showing you plenty of mud, ruts, winching going on, stuff sliding around.
We've just seen a comment about Truck 19. I haven't seen them this morning. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't think we have seen them this morning up here on the start line.
Yeah, I've completed no laps yesterday. And as we see car 24 roll around to the finish again for a hot lap. So this is South and Thomas, 2 laps yesterday, and this is starting their second lap today already. So definitely a change of pace for these guys today. And I think that's 58 over our shoulder going back to pits. Just making repairs out of the field on one of our other cameras, I think. Got the drone hovering, looking at the punch cards being checked on that car that's too filthy for me to identify.
Yeah, it kind of could be Mark Dean, that one.
I think it could be. It's certainly
It looks kind of that shape.
Yeah, certainly that chassis.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that big LS. So Mark Dean right up there, second overnight. This is them starting third lap. I think we're going to get the co-driver taking a comfort break on the camera.
Oh, the co-driver's running towards us.
Yeah. We'll avoid sharing that. We'll get taken down from Facebook for that kind of exposure.
Yeah. So it looks like we've got another car coming up to the finish. I think that's...
Seeing one of the diesel cars come into the finish there, giving out a bit of power smoke. Yeah, that's Kirkby Sign, so they've finished 2 laps this morning as well. Coming around hot, straight past Mark Dean.
Obviously didn't need the comfort break.
No Christmas here, straight back out, hot lap. Look at the mud on that car. I mean, you know, conditions here are just starting to dry up, but still a lot of mud out in the course there. So that was car number 2. 7 laps yesterday. It's starting their third lap already this morning. Again, Mark Dean coming up here, about to start his third lap. They're obviously on 8 laps yesterday. Second pace overnight. So that's car 38, Dean and out. So that's overnight. And start their third lap. That's half an hour laps for those guys.
He says this is the one we were just talking about with the fuel consumption.
Yeah. Don't know quite the spec on that engine, but big LS V8. And as we seamlessly slip into the other end of the scale, nice challenge style car from Hardy and Stevenson here, car number 37, 1 lap yesterday. Don't know whether these guys have just finished a lap on it and back out again.
I didn't actually see. I'm not sure I saw him come over the finish, so I think these guys
this could be a late starter.
Which is great. I mean, obviously they still want to get out there, get some laps in, get some further up of the people who've actually retired, see if they can jump a few laps. So.
That's car quite interesting to see them dragging the diffs there now on the ruts there on those 35-inch tyres where the bigger car chewed out that start shoot. Interestingly, Paul, if we look down here, dry ground.
Yeah, we are standing on some dry. It's
Jim
dry
Marsden
very,
come
very
here.
quickly.
This is completed his second lap again. So expect them to hot lap straight in for a third if they're making distance.
Yeah, they've probably got the fuel capacity. I'm just guessing if Mark Dean has, I'm guessing they got the fuel capacity to go for another lap. Because that's almost what it's going to boil down to.
Ooh, some expensive noises from the start hill from car 37 there. Yeah, I think so. It's car 56, Jim Marsden. Previous 150 finisher, entered in for the 200. There were only 7 laps finished on the 150 yesterday. He opted to put in 9 laps and count 2 of them towards the 200. I'll be taking Jim round the broken down car 37 there. And pulling out at the start. Jim lines up to start lap number 3. So in total now, that's we believe that's Jim with 14 laps. Starting his 14th lap in total.
Yeah, and that second lap was much, much quicker than his first lap.
Yeah,
so I don't know what happened on the first lap.
Maybe getting some punches on that first lap. But yeah, this is starting 14th lap for Jim in total. So 11, 14 lap? Well, yeah, no, hang on. Sorry, 12th lap. 12th lap. Certainly still pushing. And next up we got car 4. Dickie and Halliday, 6 laps yesterday. I believe they've done a lap already this morning. Starting their second lap today. Big thumbs up. TD5 door flapping open. And then the number 16 Discovery of Ward and Webb coming up again. I think they've done a lap already this morning. Put in 4 laps yesterday, so good to see them on the second lap already this morning. Paul Rowland's in car number 8. Already this morning.
So they're on their second lap.
Second lap, yeah.
So I saw them go into the pits.
Yeah, only 6 laps yesterday. Sorry, 5 laps yesterday. It's unusual for it's quite normally a fast car, so it must have had some mechanical problems, I guess.
Right, I think we've got a drone up. Yes, we've got a drone up at the moment. So I think we're literally waiting for some people to finish again.
Some action here. You can see the drone out hunting around the start for action. I'm afraid we do have one of our feeds there tilted sideways, so I don't know whether we can get a message to our cameraman and see if we can get that turned the right way up.
So we'll continue to bring you footage. And we just had a comment on a live from the Welsh Wanderer saying that they're missing being here.
Can we see if we can get Steve to get his feed flipped?
We're getting some great comments in. Keep them coming.
Will Webster coming in for, I think, lap number 3 today, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys are starting lap number 3. So again, these guys in the 150 club, so could potentially do the 200.
Got that exclusive beanie we were talking about.
Got the exclusive beanie. Been there, done that, got the hat.
World's most expensive hat.
And we got some cars finishing, so should get a little busier here on the start line this morning.
He's following a couple of cars running into the finish. And we've got plenty of feeds coming in for you from right on the side. Lots of action going on out
there. We're just hearing in the background, when we walk past the Marshall, that at Marshall Point, oh, we've got a car with a wheel off.
Jimbo coming in and the G-Wagon. So again, 2 laps completed for both of those guys, isn't it?
I think so, yes. Yeah, so we are now seeing people starting their third laps this morning. So this is all on our first live as well. So yeah,
both of those cars finishing their second lap.
Yeah, definitely. So these guys are putting in some solid work now. Absolutely. So obviously, I'm imagining probably maybe doing some punches.
Maybe not be said, potentially some of the easier ones, just to keep those penalties down, but then miss out the harder ones and keep the speed up. So it's that balance of tactics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Keep following, keep watching. We'll pop back on the Facebook page so we can be going live later today. Should be up and running at 1 o'clock. But it depends a little bit on when.
So yeah, I think they're cleaning the window there of 2 of the Mercedes.
Saw that when they finished their last lap, I think, didn't we? Obviously, they're a little bit of housekeeping before they go out on the road again.
Or potentially their screen wash is broken, I would imagine, maybe.
Yeah, probably more likely. It's a bit of a relentless fight against the mud today. All right, let's go and have a look at that G-Wagon there, shall we, Paul? Staying here, or?
I think we should. We might get some more finishes coming down the hill in a second. Where it looks like they're checking out mechanically. Let's wander over, see if we can have a quick look.
Oh, careful. Don't fall over on the live, Paul. That's going to be very embarrassing.
It would, wouldn't it? So who do we have starting here?
Diesel buggy.
So these guys are probably starting their first lap, but I don't think we've seen them off the start line yet. Right, okay, so the Mercedes are getting in there before us.
Unmistakable sound of car 17. Starting their third lap this morning. Meanwhile, we've got car 11 lining up for what looks like the first start. So that's Smith and Clarkson, 3 laps finished yesterday.
So there's Ryan Jenkins. So he's now starting his third lap, I believe.
Yeah. Starting their third lap. Well on track for making the position. Just looking to stay with that car.
So who have we got coming into the finish now? Let's have a quick look. Who have we got here? Is that car 22? Okay, it looks like they're electing to go down to the pits.
And we've got 22 Bradshaw and Reed, isn't it? Going in to the pits. Powerhouse Live, just down the hill. And Polaris of February there. Davies, I think.
I lost my egg door, dominate on the last race. Oh dear. And you looked at door, you split it up, and it's gone. When I first got it, it was white, and it went out.
I think coming in to start their third lap of the day now. That's 51 points up behind us. This is Cousins and Neil. 2 laps remaining. Finish the first lap today. Just see them checking the punch card there. Tune back in later on and see how everyone's doing. We'll look at the Facebook page on the course closes at 3:30 today, so we're live at 1 o'clock later. Should be sort of towards the end of running.
Yeah, we should get a fair idea of where we're at, shouldn't we?
Exactly, yeah, we'll see if who's in contention for making the distance. And hopefully by that point, who's in contention for a win. I believe we're going to be wrapping up the live in a few moments. Thanks very much for joining us. Like and share. Keep comments coming. We love that.
So got
A few bits of action still coming in there from around site, but we're going to wrap up the live there. So thanks very much for joining us here in Mid Wales at the Welsh 150, and we'll be live early afternoon. We'll keep you posted on what time. Thanks very much for joining.
One fifty, tactical off